Hello everyone, this is your teacher. Today we're going to answer the question functions. So 2025 paper, GCE. So the function f and g are defined as f of, so we have two functions, f of x equal to x plus 3 over 2, and the function of gx is equal to 1 minus 2x. So let's answer this question. Okay, so we have the first question is A, find the f inverse of x. F inverse of x. So to find f inverse of x, we are going to pick the function of f, which is this one here. So we write it down as a first step. F of x is x plus 3 over 2. What are we looking for? Looking for the inverse function of f. This power negative 1 simply means inverse on this question here. So what do we do? To find the inverse functions, there are steps to follow. What is step number 1? Step number 1 we're going to say, let fx represent any letter. At this particular moment, we are used with y. So where there's f of x, we are going to replace with letter y. Then we copy x plus 3 over 2. We copy the way it is this side. So we can put a y any letter, but since f of x we are used with y, we put any letter here. So that's step number 1. Step number 2, we are going to interchange where there is x and y. So where there is y, we are going to plug in we're going to put x, and where there is x, we are going to replace with the y plus 3 over 2. Now, the next step is we are going to make y the subject of the formula. So what do we do? As you can see, this is a fraction. We are going to put this side also as a fraction. So we are going to put here a 1 to balance a fraction. Then what do? We simply cross multiply so that we can make y the subject. So we're going to have 1 times y plus 3. It is y plus 3, which is equal to, we maintain the equal sign, 2 times x is 2x. Then from here, we want to make y the subject. To make y the subject simply means to make y to remain alone. So here, we are going just to shift the 3 this side. So we are going to have 2x, this 2 will come this side, be minus 3. So upon making y the subject, the last step we are going to take is, where there is y, this y initially was invited on the initial step. So what we are going to do here, we are going to chase away this y. So meaning, where there is y, we are going to replace now this question, the inverse function. So where there is y, we are going to put fx inverse, which is equal to, we copy whatever we have this side, 2x minus 3. So for that, we have answered question 1, which is this one here. Find the inverse function here. Now, without wasting time, allow me to go to the question B. So B, what are we finding? B, we want to find g of x. We want to find g of x. So there's g and f, meaning this type of a function is called composite function. It's called composite function or combined function. So how do you handle this question? First thing here, since g is in front, we are going to copy the function of g, which is this one here, which is gx, copy it down, equal to 1 minus 2x. That's the function of g. Now, how do you work out this one? So we're going to say, okay, we are going to copy now the question. First, we copy the function of g. This is g is on the first. Gx is equal to 1 minus 2x. Then we copy the function of gf of x. Meaning, gf of x, meaning where there's x here, we are going to replace f of x. Where there's x in this function, we are going to replace f of x. So we are going to say 1 minus 2. At this particular moment, you know that x in the function of g, we are going to replace with f of x. And f of x, it is this function here, all of this, which is x plus, where there's x, just plug in f of x. So it is x plus 3 over 2, we close the bracket. Then you're going to write gf of x, you're going to write 1 minus, as you can see, a 2 and a 2 can cancel. This 2 is a numerator and this 2 is a denominator that can divide. we will always reduce a numerator and a denominator. So 2 there, 1, 2 there, 1. So what are going to remain here is just a 1. We just put bracket. This 2 will go. So we're going to have x plus 3. Then final answer, gf of x, you're going to reduce, you're going to simplify. You're going to have 1 negative times x, you have negative x, negative times positive 3, you have a negative times negative times positive, you have negative 3. So final answer here, gf of x is equal to 1, we group the like terms, minus 3 minus x, which will give us gf of x is equal to 1 minus 3, it is negative 2 minus x. This is the answer for question 2. This one here. Now, without wasting time, allow me to work out C. C is saying g f of negative 7, meaning g of f of negative 7, meaning the easiest way to handle, we're going to use the same one here, the one from solving, which is g f of x, because these two look alike. So to find g of f of negative 7, we just use this function which is here, g f x, which is negative 2 minus x. This can be written as negative x minus 2, it's one and the same. So we're looking for g f x, which is equal to negative 2 negative, what is x? Here we put negative 7 here, sorry. So where there's x, you replace negative 7. So g f negative 7 is equal to negative 2. A negative and a negative will give us a positive 7. So g f negative 7 is equal to negative 2 plus 7. Adding different signs, we subtract and get the sign of the bigger number. So in this case, we have positive 5. So these are the answers. Okay, for tuitions, you can kindly WhatsApp this number. WhatsApp this number 07711066684 for intensive revision. Please don't forget to like, share, and follow so that you can receive notification whenever I post a new video. Thank you. Watch out for next video.